Let's be honest. If you're in the consumer goods world, you know some categories are just tougher than others. And right at the top of that list, you've got baby care. It's a space built on emotion, on trust, and on incredibly high stakes. So today, we're going to break down a framework that gives you a clear route to shopper in this really complex, but also incredibly rewarding market.
Welcome to the Commercial Excellence Academy by Asbiverse Group. We're so glad you're here. Our focus is pretty simple. We help organizations like yours optimize their route to shopper. It's all about helping you connect your insights, your influence, and your execution, especially in a sector as unique as baby care.
So here's how we're going to break this down today. First, we'll look at the core engine, the Guide and Paths framework. Then, we'll dive deep into the world of the baby care shopper, who they are and what they need. We'll see the framework in action with a really practical example, connect all of that to the bottom line, and then we'll wrap up with a key question for you to take back to your team.
Okay, so what's the secret sauce behind a successful route to shopper? Well, it's not just one thing. It's actually a really powerful combination of two different, but perfectly synchronized, points of view.
The route to shopper methodology focuses on integrated shopper-based value creation, which is enabled by the Guide Paths framework. So what does that actually mean in plain English? Well, the goal isn't just to create value, it's to create integrated value. Think of it like building a bridge between what your brand wants to say and what a shopper actually experiences. And the blueprint for that bridge is the Guide Paths framework.
And here's the absolute key to it all. This framework is like a two-sided coin. You just can't have one without the other. On one side, you've got Guide. That's the manufacturer's perspective. They're asking, how can our brand win with shoppers? It's all about the product and the story. Then you flip the coin, and you have Paths. That's the retailer's world. They're asking, how can our store win with shoppers? That's all about the experience. Real success, the kind that lasts, only happens when both sides of that coin are perfectly aligned.
Now, a framework is only as good as its application, right? So we're about to apply this to one of the most emotionally charged and strategically difficult landscapes in all of retail, baby care.
Now let's bring this to life for the baby care sector. This is where the theory gets real. We're stepping off the whiteboard and into the high-stakes, emotional world of parents and caregivers to see how this framework really holds up.
You know, the baby care aisle is basically a battlefield. Brand loyalty? It can vanish in a second, the moment a parent hears about a better diaper from a friend online. Trust isn't just a nice-to-have. It's the absolute price of admission. And the path to purchase? Wow. It's not a straight line anymore. It's a maze of Instagram influencers, late-night Google searches, and those tempting subscription boxes. It is an incredibly tough arena to compete in.
And this right here is probably one of the most critical things to understand in the entire category. You are selling to two different people at the same time. The shopper, that's the parent or caregiver, is making a decision based on research, trust, and their budget. But the consumer, the baby, is the one giving the final verdict. Their comfort, their reactions, that's the silent feedback loop that truly determines if that parent buys your brand again. If you don't satisfy the consumer, the shopper is not coming back.
And that insight leads us right here, to the shopper mission paradigm. A parent isn't just buying diapers. They are on a mission to keep my baby comfortable all night long. They aren't just buying some skin cream. They're on a mission to protect my baby's delicate skin. The brands and the retailers who really get that, who understand and align with these deep emotional missions, those are the ones that are going to win.
All right, enough theory. Let's put this whole framework into action. Let's imagine we're a brand, and our number one goal is to win over first-time parents right at the start of their journey, so we can build loyalty that's going to last for years. So how would we do it?
Okay, from the manufacturer's side, we use the Guide framework. We'd start by creating a baby's first 100 days starter box, something irresistible for new parents. Then we'd bundle in other products, like wipes and lotion, to create a complete solution and build a bigger basket. Next, we'd add a super convenient subscription option to keep them coming back. And finally, we'd create different tiers of the box, encouraging parents to trade up to more premium products over time. See how that's a complete connected strategy?
But a great strategy is just a piece of paper without great execution. And that's where the retailer's Paths framework comes into play. Look how perfectly this mirrors the brand's plan. The retailer creates a special first 100 days display in the store. They make sure to stock those starter kits. Their team is actually trained to give empathetic, helpful advice to new parents. They work with the brand on creating helpful content. And, this is the really smart part, they use baby registry data to reach out to parents at the exact right moment. That is perfect alignment. The strategy is truly brought to life.
And that synergy, that seamless connection between the brand's plan and the retailer's execution, that's where strategy actually becomes sales. This is the moment where intent turns into real-world impact, right there at the shelf.
Together, guide and paths connect strategy to shelf or the point of purchase, and intent to impact. I mean, this really says it all. The brand's amazing strategy doesn't just sit in a PowerPoint deck, and the retailer's work in the store isn't just guesswork. Guide and paths create that powerful bridge, making sure that what the brand intends is exactly what the shopper experiences at that critical moment of choice.
And when you get this right, the results are so tangible. A program like this isn't just about one sale. It's about fundamentally increasing the lifetime value of that shopper and encouraging them to trust you across other categories too. Now, of course, the numbers you see here are just for illustrative and training purposes, but they really show the kind of powerful impact that's possible when you align your strategy with the shopper's real mission.
So the commercial impact really ripples out across the entire business. You're not just selling a product anymore, you're building genuine, deep loyalty. You're creating a unique experience that your competitors just can't copy easily. And maybe most importantly, you get everyone, from marketing to sales to the team on the shop floor, all rowing in the same direction, focused on one clear, shopper-centric goal.
Okay, so we've covered the framework, we've applied it to the baby care world, and we've looked at the potential impact. Now comes the most important part. Let's turn the lens back onto your own business.
How could GuidePath's thinking change the way your organization plans, collaborates, and delivers value to shoppers? So just take a moment and really let that sink in. Where are the gaps between your brand strategy and what's happening at the shelf? Where could building a stronger bridge with your retail partners unlock some new growth? How could this GuidePath's thinking really change things for you?
Thanks for your engagement. For more details on individual modules and for custom creation, do get in touch. Best wishes and goodbye from all of us at the Commercial Excellence Academy by Asbiverse Group.